Hello and welcome to Pock and Rob. In this video I am continuing my series ranking the tracks of the Beatles studio albums. This is the fifth part and therefore we are listening to 1965's Help. Before I go in and rank the tracks of the album, I would remind you to subscribe if you haven't already done so, to click the thumbs up to like the video, the bell for notifications of any future content, and the share to share this video with someone else who might like it. We have hit 250 subscribers, which means that I'm going to be doing a live stream which will be taking place on Monday the 10th of April from 7:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Be great if you could join us. If, however, you are watching this video after the live stream, go back and check it out. It was great fun. So let's rank the 14 tracks. So at number 14, I have placed the closing track of the album, Dizzy Miss Lizzie. This is a cover of a Larry Williams song. They covered 3 Larry Williams songs in total during their career, including Slow Down, and the other was Bad Boy. This was recorded, I think, the same day as Bad Boy. And whilst I don't think Bad Boy would have been a good end to the album, Dizzy Miss Lizzie definitely isn't. They're trying to replicate what they did with Money and Twist and Shout, but with distinctly diminishing returns, and it is the weakest track on Help. That said, I enjoy it enough when I hear it. And number 13, the other cover and Ringo's moment on the record, Act Naturally. This, I think, is delightful. This is a really fun song. It's a fun cover. Ringo was almost born to do country and has finally actually released a country album called Look Up, which came out earlier this year in January. And it's kind of like embracing where his natural voice talents really lie, is when he takes on a country song like Act Naturally. And number 12, I've placed George's second fully realised song for the Beatles, and it's I Need You. So this was his contribution to the Help soundtrack. It is the weakest of the songs that were used in the film Help. But it's a step up from Don't Bother Me. It just isn't a particularly great song. It's a bit generic 60s. There's better to come from George. There's actually, while I'm on the subject, there is worse to come from George as well. At number 11, I've placed It's Only Love, the opening track of side 2. John himself thought this song was rubbish. I don't agree. There's some lovely lyrical touches in it. There's some beautiful melodic elements to it. It is a lesser John song. It's a lesser Beatles song, but It's Only Love is just perfectly fine. It's by no means a standout. And it was covered by Brian Ferry on his second solo album, These Foolish Things. Decent song, just not remarkable. Number 10, I have placed You're Gonna Lose That Girl from the side A of the record, which means it was in the Help soundtrack. I've never been massively fond of this. I appreciate it, but the key change, there's several songs on this album where there is a significant key change into the bridge. This is the only one where I think it feels forced and out of alignment with the rest of the song. The songs that were on side A of Help were all written around about the turn of the year and were presented to the director of the film, Richard Lester, for potential inclusion. Their songwriting was going to get significantly better, even in the space of a few months, as we shall see as we go through this list, because a lot of the stuff on side 2 was recorded in June. But You're Gonna Lose That Girl at number 10. At number 9, George's other contribution to the record, and a better song in my opinion, You Like Me Too Much. This is a delightful love song that says we won't part because you like me too much and I like you, and it's just really sweet to have a love song that it's about liking. And like I say, I think this is George's best song so far. Number 8 is a Paul track that is often derided as being a first draft of something that would come up on Rubber Soul, which is I'm Looking Through You. And it's Tell Me What You See. I like Tell Me What You See. I think it demonstrates Paul's development as a songwriter, and everything from this point on, including Tell Me What You See, I think are terrific top draw songs on the album Help. And at number 7, I nearly rejigged this order because I think if I put this too low, but it is the title track Help. Help is a superlative pop single. And there's nothing quite like it before, ever. And this was I've read a lovely story about this where, I said everything on side A was recorded or written around about the turn of the year. Help wasn't. That's because the film was going to be called 8 Arms to Hold You. And then suddenly they changed the title of the film to Help. And apparently John went out drinking one evening and said to his friend, they've changed the name of the film Help. I suppose I'm going to have to write a song called Help now. And then went home and did. And wrote that. Absolutely great story about a terrific single. And perfect for its film, perfect for the titles of the film. Great. Help at number 7. At number 6, the first flavour that we got of what was coming on Help, which is Ticket to Ride. Sometimes cited, including by Lennon himself, as being proto-heavy metal. That we have, as a result, got heavier and heavier since the release of Ticket to Ride. It's a great single. Absolutely terrific. It's number 6. At number 5, and we're in a run of predominantly written by Paul songs with The Night Before. So this is another one of those songs where there's a key change right into the bridge. And this time I think it works because of the way it resolves back. It doesn't feel jarring. I love The Night Before. I always have. I think it's a great pop tune. At number 4, I've Just Seen a Face, which is on side 2. This is a great acoustic number. I love the climb down in the chords, whilst at the same time they're sliding up the neck of the guitar. It's joyful, and Paul clearly had a massive affection for this song because he brought it out on the Wings Over America tour when he was only doing 6 Beatles songs. It's one of the ones that after all this time he decided to pull out of the locker was I've Just Seen a Face, and the version on Wings Over America was great. And number 3, Another Girl. And again, like I say, it's a Paul song. There's another key change in the bridge, which I don't feel is too jarring. But interesting that all 3 of the songs that have got that in them were written around about the same time. And perhaps Paul and John were in that mental space of doing that, of saying we need to do something different. Let's change the key dramatically in the bridge and then come back round to it for the rest of the song. Another Girl is, to my recollection from watching the film, this is the one where they're playing girls as instruments, stood on the beach in the Bahamas. It's effectively, it's just it's a music video in the middle of a film. Another Girl at number 3. And number 2, I have placed the most covered song in history, Yesterday. And what can I say about Yesterday that hasn't been said before? I don't think I can. It's a perfect song. It's a perfect melody. It's a perfect chord structure. It's perfect words. And this, I believe, won the Ivor Novello Award. I think it may even have been nominated for a Grammy. The only thing I would add is that, in my opinion, Yesterday may well be the first seed planted that would eventually lead to the Beatles' breakup. It's because of the success of Yesterday as a single, which they resisted in the UK but went out as a single in the US, that the first idea of Paul as a solo artist was floated by Capitol Records. Now, it was poo-pooed, it never got anywhere. There's a great video done by Parlogram Auctions all about a Paul McCartney solo album. But Yesterday sparked that idea. And it's the first seed of the breakup. Maybe that's not been said before. And at number 1, if you watched my video some time ago where I ranked my favourite tracks from each album, it's no surprise. This is the first time that a Lennon track has taken the crown from the album. It's Hide Your Love Away. Lennon apes Bob Dylan, and pulls it off with aplomb. It's another perfect song. I adore You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. There is an interesting theory that this may have been about Brian Epstein and the fact that he was gay, and at the time that was illegal in the UK. In which case that adds a whole extra level of pathos to what is already a great song. And it's a fun moment as well in the film. There's nothing at all out of place on You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. Absolutely fantastic song. I've gigged it. I love it. Everyone joins in on the hey. It's a great song, and it's my number one from the Help album. So that concludes my run through of the 14 tracks of Help. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I will be back with another video, but until then I'd remind you to subscribe, like, hit the bell, share the video, join us on the live stream, or go back and watch it if you're watching after, and thanks for watching.